Okay, here I'm going to provide a brief overview of some season extenders in the different styles. Some growers use these terms interchangeably, but I want you to understand what each of these different titles refers to. So just season extenders, all of these are performing the same task. So first off, there's our small style season extenders, and they're just covering the rows. And they can help protect small plantings or early plantings or plants that are going to stay small initially. Great options there. To extend the season there, to get out a little bit earlier or to hold them a little bit later in the season. Then there's our mid-size season extenders. These are called caterpillar tunnels. They're great if you're considering a high tunnel but are unsure if you want to commit to a high tunnel. They're easy to set up. You can set one up easily in over a weekend, maybe a day. At least for the first one, takes a little bit of time to get everything oriented, but offer a lot of the advantages that a high tunnel offers, but a little bit quicker, easier, and cheaper. Upgrading from our mid-size, we have our large size. These would be our full high tunnels, which is kind of this size here. Due to grants, they're becoming very popular. If you do get more than one, I do recommend you get two of the same size because it makes management of them a lot easier. They have advantages, but they need to be taken care of, especially in the winter. Removing plastic is a great option to prevent them from caving in. Also, they can lead to buildup of nutrients and pests, again, if you're not removing the plastic. So it's good to kind of remove that plastic, let some snow, let some winter rains come through to kind of flush out some of the nutrients that may have been accumulated in them over the growing season. Now, high tunnels are different than greenhouses. High tunnels are temporary and do not have extra heat sources. Greenhouses are more of a permanent structure, typically a floor here, and you can see that evident here. This would be an example of a high tunnel. It can technically be moved pretty easily in not permanent structures and don't have power running to them. Now, season extensions, no matter what size or unit you're using, be sure to keep them clean. Inside and out is very important. This is often overlooked. Reduce the potential for disease carryover, limit the local pest pressure. This is also why I recommend using insect netting to eliminate insects, but keeping them clean, both interior and exterior. This is an example of a farm I visited. This is one of the high tunnels that they have, and you can see it's very clean. This is even during the peak of tomato season. See, in between the rows are all nice and cleanly kept. Irrigation under here, nicely pruned, nicely trained. Keeping that high tunnel clean is very important to reducing disease pressure. Now, season extension could be early, such as March, April, and May, and the advantage to get a jump on the season can often get ahead of pest pressure. This is where I think they're most advantageous. Late in the season, extending crops into September, October, November. It can continue the season for longer to get closer to a Thanksgiving meal if you're trying to supply that for maybe a CSA, but the pest pressure can be higher. So that's a little bit of a precaution if you want to go later in the season. Typically, it's best to get that early season jump because you're beating out the pest as long as you keep your structure clean.